Bo, you are deluding yourself.
What, Vicky? I know Clint.
No, Clint is not sorry. He's not sorry at all. I just talked to him. Not only is he unapologetic, he told me that he will continue to use personal attacks or whatever he deems necessary to protect this company.
But when you confronted him about this article, I think he felt defensive.
But I never confronted him.
But, Vicky, you have very high standards of conduct.
Yeah, so do you. So does Clint.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's not anxious for this all to get out. This is not something that he's proud of.
Dad's under a lot of pressure, Mom.
Honey, your father has always worked under pressure. He has never before been tempted. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, this is absolutely none of my business.
No, yes it is.
No, it is not. Okay? Clint can run his company any which way he wants to. He doesn't have to justify anything to me.
It's a conspiracy.
Are you sure you're just not being paranoid?
No. Webster and Cobb took great glee in making sure that I knew that these attacks were not going to stop.
Did they elaborate at all?
That's all they said.
Well, Clint, I'll tell you one thing is you're going to have to get to the bottom of this. Because if it is a conspiracy, that means someone is behind it. And who is it?
Revenge. I never liked that word. It has such negative connotation.
Now, I seem to remember Clint with his brother's ex-wife at that charity ball my wife dragged me to. That's what this is about, isn't it? He dumped you for her, and now you want to bring down his company.
I did not call you here to talk about my personal life, and I am not going to. I'm far more interested in your personal life.
And what interests you?
Skeletons? Come on. What kind of skeletons do you have rattling around in your closet, Cal?
Pamela, the things we were talking about were painful enough when we lived through them, but reliving them...
Why are you defending him?
I can't even stand here and listen to this. I'm not even going to talk.
Pamela, just wait a minute. Now, look, I deserve that. I deserve your anger. But how about your brother? How about the guy who beat a woman and 2 kids? How about the guy who chased a little kid out on the highway till he got hit by a car and died? Do you think he even shed a tear for Jimmy?
I feel sorrier about that than I do, and you will never know how badly I feel. If only I had known. If I had been able to do something, I should have known. Mallory, she just told me everything was all right. She had excuses for the He never touched them when I was around. But I should have known. Maybe that is why you were so happy when I got there.
All these years I've been blaming myself. Jared's been blaming himself. When the guy who is most responsible, who never should be allowed to hurt another kid, is out blithely living his life. Well, no more. Your brother's going to have to pay for what he did.
Now, I know you and McBain are friends.
Were.
Okay.
He's a good cop.
No. He might be if he could ever control his insecurities, but he takes shortcuts and protects people he feels he needs to impress. We know he needs to impress the ladies.
John, what are you saying?
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but it seems like we have this connection.
You're not crazy.
Hey, can I borrow your French notes?
I couldn't concentrate in class today.
I understand. I wish you'd talk to me.
I promised Star. I can't tell you, Marco. I can't tell anyone what's going on with her. But Cole, I lied to protect you.
I know.
I didn't even have time to think, and I just blurted it out. And we really shouldn't be talking about this here.
When you sent me that letter saying you didn't want to see me anymore.
I told you that I didn't mean anything that I wrote on that letter.
I just thought that I had hurt you. Or that you wish that night had never happened between us. I thought your dad was taking you away to Hawaii. It's just obviously much worse. No. I'm glad we had that night together. Even if it's the reason that we can't... We didn't do anything wrong. The only thing that bad happened that night was your dad walking in on us.
No, Cole. That's not the only thing that happened that night.